Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia, the final season, episode number 11 reaction. And I think this is the final episode of this show. I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I know, episode 11 is supposed to be the finale. Now, the previous episode, we got to see a little bit of, the world after everything that has happened. Like Deku gave like the message that he was supposed to give to Spinner. He gave that message to Spinner, and Spinner decided to that he will be writing a book and reminding people so that nobody forgets Shigaraki. Then we had the whole section with Uraraka, where Uraraka was blaming herself for Himiko's death. She was saying like, "Oh, if I didn't get attacked, if I didn't lose blood, she would have been alive. So it was my fault." But like Deku kind of talked to her, and yeah, like all those things happened. So yeah, let us see how this ends. This is the final episode, I think. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference. Let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, there was a section at the end of the previous video episode. Expand the hero billboard chart. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Right. Oh damn, this is yes, Shigaraki version 2. Oh, whoa. Right. Damn, this is exactly what happened to Shigaraki. Oh boy. Oh boy. Right. Yep, the same lady. I was thinking that I feel like I've seen this lady before. Hmm. Damn. Yep, this is what should have happened with Shigaraki. And, she wouldn't have become. Hmm. Like, this is the thing. Like, obviously, heroes definitely should be responsible for a lot of these things, keeping, like, the peace and, everything. But the people should also try to be heroes in their own way, because it doesn't matter how many heroes are increased, there will always be that one corner where a hero won't be able to reach in the perfect amount of time, and something bad might happen. So if people, just normal ordinary people, take the step like this lady did today, then yeah, a lot of things could be prevented. But that's the problem. Like, it's very difficult for, ordinary people, because they'll always be like, oh, what can I do? I don't have any superpower. I should just leave this alone. Better mind my own business. So, that's the thing. But yeah, it's a pretty difficult thing to bring into, like, actual, like, make this work out, because, it's, yeah, it's based on everyone in this place who lives here, all the ordinary people as well. Okay. Bruh. Hmm. Wait, is that? Yeah, wait, it's a time skip? Oh, he's a teacher now. What's happened to his face? Right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, they adopted them, I think. International competition? What? Oh, okay. Spinners. Damn. Even, what's his name? Okay. Oh, I was like, what's going on suddenly? Right. Hmm. Dark Shadows. Yeah. Whoa, what the? Yeah. Right. Oh, it's gone. Yeah. Yeah, there's still run time. Well, you're not wrong. Oh my god. 8 years later. Damn, eight. That's a huge time skip. Yeah, this is lightly lab. Oh, right. Bruh. Wait, who's this? Cyber War. Oh, these two. Yeah, well, this die. What is this? This generation's Deku? Right. Hmm. Now recruit. Right. Hmm. Oh, tentacle. Right. Nice. Oh, even. Oh, elementary school. Wider variety of work counseling. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. That is very. Oh, Eddie. Oh my god. Wait, what? Did he burn down the building or something? I thought he burned down the building or something. Bruh. Wow. Damn. Todoroki looks so different. Mm. Wow. Monoma looks crazy. He looks like some kind of a villain. uh, well, he is teaching. Mm. Right. Hmm. Was he? Yeah, kind of. Oh, that's wait. Hakura and damn, they do like commercials and stuff. Wow. Hmm. Oh, damn, his body moved again. Oh, 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 it's him. That kid. He's like, oh, it's Deku. He was holding something, right? Fling it off of his hand. Can I be a hero? Hmm. Yeah. Will throw those saucer. Oh, that's his quirk. Yep. Oh wow. All of them are beside it. I right. Okay. Damn. Still a little bit time left, right? I hope it doesn't end like this. Come on. At least let everyone meet at the end or something. Okay, thank you. Oh, he was not here. Wall scroll? Okay. Oh, is this going to be? Oh, damn, Hasme made this. Joint investment. Wow. Whoa, what is this? Nice. Damn. Oh wow. So I said this in one of the previous episodes. I was like, maybe later on Deku will get like some kind of a gadget which will help him to fight. Oh damn. All Might's car. Oh, Katsun's here. Everyone's here. Yeah, look at Mineta. Damn. Right. Ah, Shigaraki. Hmm. Class A students. 8 years later, I might become her sidekick. Oh, Hakuro went independent. First become. Oh damn. Jay's gonna she's popular with the young crowd. Chivalrous calendar sold out immediately. Ashido keeps her fans major dance events. Okay, both went independent sidekick. Okay, work counseling. Yeah, we saw that. Human rights issues with heteromorph. Yeah, Shoja's gonna support as his. Oh, agencies next door to each other. Oh wow, they're like made a band. Enjoy popularity with both in Ojiro open to martial arts and advice from Sato. Kumika organized crime. Okay. Amazing mystery man. Ah, Ida inherited by brother's agency. Okay. Assist lost children. Momo research. Okay. Global projects. Flash but love him. Went independent on a whim. Mineta thought he'd be wildly popular. Well, eighth on the chart right after going independent. Right after going independent. Annual event. Okay. Bakugo, number one hero. Old timers show him great deal of partiality. Teacher at UA High School. Okay. Next generation. Wears a smile as he's comrade. Okay. Our story continues on. Go beyond. Plus ultra. Yep. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I feel like there's a little bit missing. Something is missing at the end. I don't know. I was expecting like Deku and everyone to talk to each other or something, not just be like I don't know. Like up until the time skip, everything was okay, and then the post time skip feels a bit weird to me because like obviously like I know like it's like a time skip, and they showed like what everyone is doing. I feel like they should have like expanded that a little bit more. Maybe like keep one episode completely for, like, if they were to make a time skip like this, they should have kept one episode completely for time skip. Because the thing about My Hero Academia is that there's so many characters. To do a proper time skip, you have to kind of give it a little bit of time to, kind of show what everyone is doing and what not. I feel like it kind of lacked in that department, because it just seemed like half of the second half of the episode, which was mainly the time skip, half of the time the time skip happened, half of the time it was just them introducing like what everyone is doing and what type of profession they are kind of pursuing and all that, showing what they are doing and all that stuff. And the rest of the episode, we barely had enough time to properly show like how Deku like kind of encouraged that new kid, and how like there was barely enough time for that. And that is why in the end All Might was like, oh Deku, look at this, May made this like new gadget, and Bakugo invested in it, I also invested in it, and this is your new gadget, this can help you become a hero again, and I know you want to come back. And Deku was like, yes, and he gets the thing, goes out to help, a certain situation, and Baku goes there, and everyone's like, come, and that's it. No interaction, nothing. It feels weird. It feels so weird. I don't know. It just, I feel like they should have given a little bit more time. Maybe at least show Deku interacting with everyone. All Deku did at the very end was interact with All Might. His the students that he has. That new kid, Aizawa Sensei, Bakugo. That's it. That was everything. No more interaction. Nothing we saw. I don't know. It just feels a bit weird. I felt like, I feel like there should have been a little bit more like interaction between the characters at the very end. Um, like it just feels like they kind of rushed it. Now I don't know how the manga goes. I'm guessing the manga also goes in a similar way. So but now now that this is ended, I'll go to the manga and see if this is how it ended, or did they rush the final episode and there's more in the manga. I'll need to go and check that. But either way, um, yeah, I don't know. Like up until the very end, I was really like, this season has been amazing, but I feel like the ending kind of makes me a little bit, like not it's not fulfilling something like in me. Like I was expecting something more, something different, maybe a little bit. It just feels extremely like I don't know, like the ending feels a little bit rushed in my opinion. Anyways, that's just what I feel like. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I feel like it just, there just wasn't enough content at the end, that they barely even showed the other characters. Like what, they should like do like at least one or two episodes of maybe showing what everyone does, and like after, now that Deku has gotten this like new gadget, him going out and helping people, maybe something like that. Okay, you know what, not even that, maybe like another video where at least the crew, the group, like the UA students, Deku's friends, at least they come together and talk amongst each other. Maybe like share their experiences, talk about what's going on in their lives, and this and that. Like, yeah, I know they showed it at the end credit scenes like that, but those were just still images. Like, come together and like talk with each other. Deku talks with everyone else talks with Deku. Like Deku shares his like like experiences with the students, how like how he's faring in his new teacher job. Like everyone else, like Bakugo can talk about how he's doing, like saving people and all that. Todoroki can talk about that. What else? Momo can talk about the research and everything that she's doing. It's a different type of thing. You know, Kaminari, not Kaminari, sorry, Tokoyami. Tokoyami, he can talk about the thing that he's doing, like in the shadows and everything. What else is everyone doing? Ingenium can talk about like how he helps children and everything, like lost children or something. Talk about that. Uraraka and Froppy can talk about the counseling, yeah, the student, like the quirk counseling. That's like a new type of a thing, so they can share that. We have Jiro Eri and what's his name, Kaminari. They can talk about the new band that they made. Like just conversation like this. Like everyone is like doing something different. Everyone has like a new type of Hagakure and Aoyama, they went independent, right? And they can talk about how their like hero agency is doing. All these things, different experiences, they can just share and talk with each other and have more interaction between each other. Not even one whole episode, maybe like 15 minutes of that would have been, I feel like it would have made me content. But it just feels very unfinished, I think. The very ending part. If today's full episode was that, then I feel like if the full episode was the time skip, I feel like they would have been able to done a better thing. But like I said, you know what, I need to go and check the manga. If the manga doesn't have enough content, then obviously the studio they can adapt what they have, right? If the source material is like this, then I guess there's nothing we can do. um yeah, so I'll need to go and check the manga after this. If it was as short like this, like it feels very incomplete in my opinion. Either way, I don't know. I just feel a little bit discontent at the end. That's it. At least regarding the main group. Like like that part was completely fine. Like how they could like they found that new kid, and the new kid was like, oh, will I be able to become a hero? And Deku was like, yes, you can. Like all those was completely fine. Also, all those were completely fine. But I'm just talking about the people, the friends, Deku's friends, all of them, more interaction with them. Like that is missing, I feel like. You know. Yeah. I don't know, man. It just feels a little bit incomplete in that department at least. But either way, that's just my opinion. Yeah, tell me in the comments what you think about how, whether you're content with this, or maybe what I'm saying, if it makes sense what I'm saying, and if that would have been better. I would have wanted at least a little bit more. Instead of like that one screen at the end where Bakugo's like, come on, Deku, and all his friends are like standing there, that's it. Instead of that one scene like that, maybe something else, maybe even show that little, like they were going off on like like some kind of problem is happening, they went to do hero things, right? Maybe show that a little bit, maybe show like the characters interacting with each other and everything, something of that sort. It just feels missing, right? Anyways, so yeah, that's what I think about this episode. Now let me talk about a few other things I want to discuss here. First and foremost, a few things happened which kind of shows us that things are going in the proper direction. For example, there's that one kid who had been who has been going through the same type of situation as Shigaraki had been, and he was also like out in the streets walking all alone without anyone to help. And he was like, oh, what should I do? Like nobody, like he was scared and everything, and he was like going to use his quirk for something bad. And like, as we see, that lady comes in, and that old lady was like, oh, are you okay? Now that is the same lady that came in contact with Shigaraki back then, but she didn't do anything. Now the difference in today, in today's like version of this lady versus back then, is that now everyone like her had seen and had gone through the crisis that had happened with Shigaraki and everything, and they know like how like a lot of these things like have happened because like children like this are just not doesn't get the helping hand that they require at that particular moment. So she, as she says in today's in this episode, as we see her thinking that back then, like, I don't know if that kid, obviously she doesn't know if that kid is the same kid like Shigaraki. She had no clue, but she was thinking, I it always makes me feel guilty how I was not able to help that kid back on in that day. I always wonder if he got help in the correct moment. So back in that day, one thing that I didn't do is stay there to help. I'm going to change that now. And she decides to give out a helping hand, which stopped this kid from going berserk and something bad happening. Now, obviously, as we see immediately, Uraraka and Deku comes into the scene. So I feel like even if that lady didn't help, Deku and Uraraka probably would have come in time and helped that kid either way before it goes into, But this is the thing, I feel like this scene is a perfect representation of how you can make this world a better place. Like, obviously, there will be heroes who will be there to help, in these type of situations. As we saw, like I said, if the lady didn't help at that moment, yeah, Deku and Uraraka would have come here eventually and probably stopped that kid. But by that time, the kid might have injured someone. Might have lashed out, like, maybe like hurt her himself. And, and then like Deku and Uraraka would have come and probably saved that kid and, like make everything okay. But that little amount of damage to him and the other people beside him, that would have happened. That is why, like that lady, when she took the initiative to help the kid out, the kid didn't go berserk or didn't go crazy. He calmed down at that moment. Like, this should be like the perfect representation of what a hero society should be. There will be heroes, obviously, to help, like Deku and Uraraka in this scene. They will be there. But sometimes, like, obviously these heroes cannot be everywhere at the same time. Sometimes when there is a little bit of time where the heroes take to come into a certain situation to do something, if some other ordinary person is there who can prevent that, they should do that. But obviously this is something that needs a lot of courage. It's easy to say that, oh yeah, like, that like lady helped, look how easy it is. It's easy to say that, but when you are in that situation, in front of that danger, and you're seeing this happening, 90% of the people will be like, oh, I shouldn't interfere in this. I should just leave this alone. I should mind my own business. Like, surely someone else will help that kid. So it's easy to say that, oh yeah, you could help in that situation, but it's difficult when you are in that situation, because 90% of the time you will be thinking that, yeah, someone else will help him. I better mind my own business. So yeah, and seeing all of this, like that lady decided to change this. She decided to gather that courage and help that kid out, which was able to, like prevent that. So this should be what a perfect hero society is. Not only people relying on heroes, but people themselves stepping up when need be. You know, that's what it should be. And like, I feel like this is the correct path that they are going. That is why the ending, you can see in beside that All Might statue, you see there's a lot of other people like there, which kind of shows how each and every person is a hero in their own way. They can do something to make a difference. And that's basically it. And that is what Hawks was talking about, I feel like. Where he says that like more heroes will, like, obviously there will be heroes like Deku, like, like Bakugo and all of them. But other people, like other heroes, like they will be maybe not as significant as them, but like fighting and everything. But these type of situations, they can help out, like, like, so yeah, because at this moment in this world, almost everyone has quirks. Like, yeah, there are quirkless people, obviously, still. I'm sure there's still quirkless people, but most, like 98% of people probably has quirks. So they can use that to help in situations like this. And yeah, either way, so that was one thing I wanted to discuss about that kid and how that lady took up, like kind of gathered the courage to help that kid so a tragedy could be prevented. So there you go. Now, a few other things to talk about. Let's talk about the characters themselves. Deku has become a teacher. So obviously, as Deku says, that even though I'm not at the site fighting fighting villains and all that, I I like encouraging children and maybe helping them out to reach that position. Like there's a very good line in today's episode, a very good quote that I think Deku says, which is, after we reach our dreams, it is our responsibility to pass on the dreams to others or something like that. Like obviously we will be striving towards our goals, our ambition, our dreams, but after we reach it, it should be our responsibility to help others, like help others in their pursuit of their dreams, and maybe like you know kind of pass on that to the younger generation. That is basically what he is doing. Like he is helping children, uh, like learn and understand, and leading them towards the right direction. So yeah, he's a UA teacher. Um, everyone, you can see everyone is doing their thing. Obviously, Uraraka and Floppy, as you can see, and I think Momo was also there. They are like helping children like with quirk counseling, which is something very much important, because obviously Himiko was a victim of that. Like like because she didn't know what to do with her quirk, she didn't know, like like a lot of things, nobody was there to help her out with that. She became like this. People like ostracized her and pushed her away. Her family did the same. So those type of situations can be prevented with like work counseling and all that. So Uraraka is doing that. um and yeah, Bakugo obviously wants to be the number one hero, so he's doing his thing, while Todoroki is also just helping people out, but Todoroki is more popular. Sometimes Bakugo does a few things, just a little bit goes a little bit crazy sometimes, so his popularity is kind of like going up and down. While Todoroki is just this, like as we see, this perfect person, like everyone's like crazy about him. So and Bakugo's sometimes not happy about the fact that Todoroki's doing better than him. So all that stuff, like is happening. um Momo, I would say Momo. I was going to say Momo surprising, but it makes sense why she became a researcher, because her quirk is more of a like something that could be used. Like she can create anything, so like it can be used to for a lot of research and everything. And she's smart as well, so makes sense. Um, Ingenium. Obviously, Ida took over his brother's agency, which makes sense. Um, oh, they mentioned, where is that part? Uh, so Hagakure went independent and Awayama became her sidekick? Wait a minute, let me check. Just a minute. Oh, Hagakure went independent. Awayama became her sidekick in a new attempt to be a hero. Right. And then Hagakure's appearance got exposed. Her face became visible while on duty, which has garnered the pair public attention. Yeah, so we all know Aoyama's like light kind of does like a weird thing to Hagakure and she becomes visible. So that happened, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is the invisible hero." Right. Um yeah. Oh, Sero and Mineta was pretty funny. They were doing like their own thing. Mineta wanted to be more popular, but Sero was more popular than him, so Mineta's like, "What the hell?" Yeah, and all these things happened. We have Tentacle and like that other guy. I always forget his name. The guy who's good with animals. They're like working together. um yeah, also they're like working for like the heteromorphs, like because they are, here we go, deal with human rights issues with heteromorphic quirks. So yeah. Then we have Jiro and Kamen have agency next door, so they have opened their new agencies while they also help out Eri with her band, as we see at the end. Um, this is because Kamina was anxious to be by himself after going independent, right? And Sato and the other guy, like yeah. So all these things, right? Yeah. Now, another thing I want to talk about is that new kid who was like thinking about whether I can be a hero or not. My quirk is not really that, impressive. So he bumps with Deku, and Deku sees he was also kind of rushing to help that kid when he was falling down. So, just like how he did for Bakugo, um, Deku says at the end that, oh, yes, obviously you will be able to become a hero because you were also someone who took action at that moment. Your body moved on your own. So yeah, you can be a hero. That is that is one thing that defines what a hero is. That is, you want to help other people. Your body moves automatically, right? And yeah, and then in the end, we see All Might come from back from overseas with a new gadget, which helps Deku to come back into the scene. Yeah. So, okay, wait a minute. So, I think I mentioned this in one of the previous videos where I said like maybe Deku will get like some kind of a gadget which can help him fight. So, yeah, that technically happened. I also did say there is a possibility that he was going to be like someone who helps heroes but not directly. That technically didn't happen, but at the same time something similar happened because he's now a teacher. Like what I was thinking more of like he was going to be working in a hero department, but maybe not just go into the scene and fight, maybe something else, like maybe like managing heroes or something like that, like related to that. uh, so yeah, that didn't happen, but he is technically like raising a generation of children to become like adults, and he's like imparting his knowledge to them. So he, in a way, you can say he is kind of like training like next gen heroes. In a way, you can say that. Right. I also did say that there's a possibility after I saw like the whole Ember situation going on. I also did say there's a possibility maybe the Embers will remain and he'll keep fighting. But no, that didn't happen technically. As we get to know in today's episode, that Embers actually burned off at the end. It's not there anymore. So yeah. Right. And there you go. I think that was it. Yep, that was today's episode. Great show, I would say. Obviously, My Hero Academia has had its ups and downs. There were a lot of sections which I disliked. There's a lot of section I liked, you know. And in an average, I would say obviously the good parts way surpassed the sections which I wasn't that interested. Maybe I wasn't that, But overall, it was a great experience. My Hero Academia I've been watching from season one, episode one. Uh, how many years has it been? We've been watching this so many years, and it has finally come to an end. But like I said, I do feel like the ending at least lacked something. Like, everything else was fine, like I enjoyed it very much. The ending, I feel like they could have done something more with the ending. It just feels so, like, I don't know, it feels so like artificial. I feel like just there's not that, I don't know, like that type of something that I expected at the end. Like, like I said, like the characters barely interacted with each other. We just saw them a little bit, and Deku was like all alone, like just there doing his. And then All Might comes in, and All Might's like, after 8 years, All Might comes in, and All Might's like, oh, I have a new gadget for you. And Deku's like, yes, let's go. And then he puts on the gadget and he's like out, and everyone's like waiting for him, and they're like, come on. And that's it. That's all the interaction we had at the end with Deku and everyone else. Why? Should have been a little bit more, man. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I feel like they need a little bit more. Like, maybe one episode at least of at least seeing the new generation, like the adult, like, like the UA, like, students interact with each other, at least with their own experience, sharing it with each other, something like that. It just feels kind of incomplete, I think. But yeah, I'm going to go and read the manga and check if this is actually it, or maybe I don't think the anime skipped stuff. I'm pretty sure the anime has been pretty faithful, right, from the very beginning. So why the hell would they skip stuff at the end? Makes no sense. So I'm guessing this is all that we have in the source material. So that's an unfortunate. I'll still go and look at the manga and see if there's something extra or not. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like the ending lacked something, and right. There you go. And yeah, that is it, guys. That was the ending. Okay, you know what? Let me just check something. Like, yeah, this is the ending. I don't think there's anything else after this. Amazing 8 final season. Okay. Yeah, finished airing episode 11 episodes. Wait. Oh, there's another episode? Wait a minute. Did you enjoy the epilogue arc? Do note there's one more episode on the discs when it come out. Wait, so there's something else? There is one more episode coming out when the discs are releasing, adapting the last chapter in the final. Oh, there's something else after this. Okay, so let me know in the comments. Is there something else after this? They're saying there's another chapter after this, which will come out in another episode when the discs. I'm guessing the Blu-ray comes out. Yeah, there's one more episode coming out when the discs are released, adapting the last chapter in the final manga volume. No wonder it felt incomplete. I'm like, what is going on here? They're going to just end it like that? It feels so weird. Like, nobody talked with each other. It seems like some kind of a. Okay, so right. I don't know why they are going to make this come out later, but whatever. Maybe this is going to be like a special episode or something. You know how we get like anime TV special episode or something like that. Maybe they're going to do it when the Blu-rays come out. Anyways, let me know in the comments, because like I said, I don't know. I felt like this was lacking, and I think I was correct in thinking that, because there is apparently another something after this in the manga, but the anime hasn't adapted that. Still, they will do it later. Okay. All right. So there you go. Okay, I feel a lot better knowing that there's still one more chapter after this, at least. Maybe I'm just gonna go and read the manga then. So yeah. All right. So thanks for watching. This was my reaction to the final episode of My Hero Academia. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next show, whichever show is going to be replacing this in the next anime season. So yeah, until then, goodbye and have a nice day.